Many people who eat meat tend to overlook the idea of being vegetarian because they have not been given the facts that would persuade them to change their diet. We live in a world today where the majority are misled to believe that eating meat is the only way to obtain protein. This is wrong. I am going to educate you about being vegetarian and persuade you to eat less meat for improving your physical health. Eating less meat decreases the chance of major health risks like heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. You can obtain protein through eating nutritious fruits, grains, and vegetables. I am a vegetarian for these reasons, and I believe this topic has been more and more popular lately, though many still aren't educated on it to understand why. The first topic I'm going to talk about is how not eating meat can improve one's physical health. A prevention of heart disease is possible when meat is not being consumed by the human body. Researchers in the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine concluded that a plant-based diet increases heart health. They explain that plant-based diets reduce death from cardiovascular disease by 40% because blocked arteries are becoming unblocked, and that coronary heart disease risk drops by 40% when meat is not being consumed. In an article by Science Daily in 2017, it concluded that meat-based diets led to diabetes directly compared to plant-based diets, though some meats, such as red meats, can cause higher risk than others. In an 11-year study, it resulted in the intake of poultry and red meat directly associating with diabetes, whereas fish and shellfish intake did not contribute to diabetes at all. Those who were being studied on in the highest quartile of red meat and poultry consumption had a 23% risk of diabetes. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the different kinds of vegetarian diets and the health factors behind them. The first is the lacto-ovo vegetarian diet. This excludes products like meat, fish, but allows dairy and eggs. This is the most common vegetarian diet, and most people who are vegetarian practice this diet. The next is a pescatarian diet, which excludes meat, dairy, and eggs, but allows fish and shellfish to be consumed. I believed I was pescatarian until reading this article, which said that they don't eat dairy or eggs, which I do. The last is a vegan diet. This excludes meat, fish, dairy, and eggs. And this is the hardest diet to obtain protein from, and many who become vegans lose a lot of weight. Let's look at how life would be if humans did not consume meat products. First, the mass prevention of deaths for humans would become of that. Many die every year from heart disease and diabetes, which can be prevented if meat was not consumed by the human body. Many can also die if meat has not been cooked thoroughly. In a study by the University of Oxford, it resulted in, if the entire world went vegan, about 8.1 million human lives would be saved every year. The second is greenhouse emissions would drop. The livestock industry is one of the main contributions to greenhouse gas emissions. For example, an average family of 4 emits more greenhouse gases because of the consumption of meat than from driving 2 cars, which BBC said in one of their articles. This will result in a slowdown of climate change, which is very crucial to us at this point in time. You must take into consideration this information I have given you, and deeply consider to start eating less meat. A cutback on a food that kills many each year and directly contributes to climate change will help our entire planet and our bodies. Switching out a cut of meat for a healthy vegetarian meal does not seem like much, but if all of us are collectively doing this, It will make our world healthier and our bodies cleaner.